his light skin emotions right there. They get real,
That's right.
I appreciate that.
And it's the isolation that gets to them because you can't be near them. They get pissed off.
But then at the same time, then they'll be enjoying it when they get better. Like, oh, that vacation away from your annoying ass was great. I'm like, what the fuck? You yelling at me the whole time because I didn't have COVID. I didn't have to be stuck in the room with you. Now you're...
Sometimes 2 weeks is enough to rethink your life decisions.
See, I mean, CVS sells the at-home test you can go and buy. I bought a couple of those. I'm still testing negative. So like I got my booster.
I'll say this.
Feeling good.
I'm happy that you don't have COVID, but shout out to because she is your better half. Shout out to your better half. We hope she feels.
Luckily, she's doing well. Luckily, she was vaccinated, so if it's taking a toll, it's minimal. A little tightness in her chest or back when it comes to breathing, but mostly fine. So
that's
good.
So he knows ways to help get rid of COVID faster. If you want me to tell you,
I thought it was vitamin D.
I still can't taste.
You still can't taste anything?
She hasn't lost any sense of smell or taste.
Lucky her.
You see all these new reports about people, they're realizing that there's after effects in people who've had it or carried it, whether asymptomatic or not.
Oh.
Yeah, they're realizing that fucking like kids that they never knew or whatnot having weird reactions and like behavioral issues, neurological issues are coming up, respiratory issues are coming up, and then people who have been exposed to it themselves as well had it, showed symptoms or didn't show symptoms in adults. Same shit, like they're forgetting things, they're irritable, like it's changing people, like it's fucking people up.
It's a fucked up thing, man. You don't get it until you don't understand it until you're actually affected by it. But it can get fucked up.
Yeah, that's very true.
Slow acting zombie virus. 5 years, your brain just shuts off and you turn into a zombie.
My personal
because of the virus or because of the vaccine, though?
Both.
Hey, my personal opinion is go get fucking vaccinated. That's at the very least.
I did for the hell of it. Well, yeah.
Yeah, you could say that. Get your research in though for that, people, and then kind of go from there.
I have no problem saying that. All three.
Oh fuck!
So before we start, what's everybody drinking? I'm drinking some twisted tea.
Okay.
I'm gonna go some Superstar IPA. From Indian Ladder Farm, Sutteria Brewery. This is one of my favorite can labels. Got a rock and roll,
pretty cool looking.
Rock and roll chicken.
That's pretty cool
on the label here. Shout out to Scott Beltman and Indian Ladder Farms. There.
IPAs make you want to start collecting cans.
So I took a power nap today, so I'm pretty pumped up.
Nice.
And I've lost count of how many beers I had, and I know that because I can't smell the asparagus I had with dinner when I go to pee anymore, and it's only been like 4 hours.
Here are you?
That could be COVID.
No, and it's not COVID related.
That could be COVID.
It's not COVID related.
What I have in this wonderful, wonderful mug made by Boss Lady Bree. Go check out her Facebook page. The Popcorn and Pints murder mug.
Because you can beat someone with it?
Yes, you can. It's murder. You know what Ja Rule's talking about. But anyway, it's some ginger ale with some grenadine, a shot of lemon juice.
Shirley Temple?
Splash of lemon juice. Kind of. And vodka, of course.
I love a good Shirley Temple.
He's getting fancy. Aaron's getting fancy over here.
I love
got
a
the
good Shirley
splash
Temple.
of lemon.
Can you put... Oh, never mind. I'm like, what am I looking at? What the hell is it? Like, does it have something, a design or something, or a straw in it or something? Okay.
Yeah, you can put the straw in it.
Gotcha. Just need the umbrella, bruh.
He sips out of the murder mug like it's a tropical drink.
This is the tropics of Schenectady, New York.
I haven't been using my cups because I'm lazy. They're up on the shelf. I'll have to take them down, rinse them really quick because they're probably dusty.
It's just too large, man. I go with the handheld pint glass.
No, gentlemen, we have to use our shit.
Your tits?
Right? No.
Oh.
Popcorn and Pints. That's why I'm.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at your tits.
Nah, my nips are right here. James.
He's been exercising. He's very happy about it.
But early ratings. Back to the Future.
Oh, we're going back to the
Who's the youngest? First. Who's the youngest? You're going first. I think it's Puerto Rican Chris.
Probably.
I'm 35.
Yep.
I'm 36.
Right. I'm the oldest. I'm old. I'll be 39 in January.
Woo!
He is the oldest. I'm right behind him though. So.
Puerto Rico, early rating. No,
Right.
Back to the Future. For Back to the Future.
Yeah. For this one, I'm gonna give this a good old 7.
7. Okay.
Good old wholesome 7.
He gave it a 7. I love this fucking movie. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Wow. So I forgot part of this should be guessing what Sturdy's gonna anticipate when it comes to the white movies, because these are both pretty white movies.
I guess your better thing would be for Wayne's World, but this Back to the Future.
I thought you were gonna enjoy both of these, honestly, and we'll get into that. But okay. Back to the Future, I'm ruling a solid 9 on this fucker. It's one of the greatest sci-fi movies ever made. Just an awesome, entertaining movie all around. I give it a 9.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going 9 too. I always like this movie. It's a classic. Whenever you watch it, it's still fun.
It is.
So, yep.
Nice. And I mean, great Scott. Like this is just such a fucking. It's a classic. You get the nostalgia from it, and I still had fun watching it today. Just as much fun as watching it as I did as a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously now I know I've seen it before. I don't remember when I seen it, as far as when you caught into the incest and all that weird shit. But like seeing it now, dude, like I watched it yesterday. I'm like, what the wow.
Let me start out with, so in our group chat, let me see if I can find the message I sent as I was watching this. Because that is the one craziest aspect about this.
I had to watch this movie a lot growing up. This was one of my brother's and my dad's like favorite movies.
Wow.
You know, the sci-fi comedy thing just works really well.
It does. What I think, and hold on, I'll talk about that. So I sent a message in the group text as I was watching Back to the Future. It's pretty crazy how hard Marty McFly's mom is after his cock when he goes back in time. and because it is. You don't realize, like, she is fucking after it, man.
Yeah. But Doc, he knew how. She did. That's a real thing. Like you get that I forgot what it's called. It's like when you save somebody. They automatically fall in love with you.
Yep.
No, that's a real thing.
Survivors,
something like that. Yeah. So she because her father hit him. It's supposed to hit his father.
Oh yeah.
But it hit him, so she fell in love with him instead of the father. So that's the whole mix-up. That's what happened.
Well, I think what helps this movie stand up is the whole entire premise. You're talking about predicting the future. So I think one of the fun things, if we're watching it now in 2021, like we just did, like I have no fucking idea the last time I've seen this movie, at least all the way through, sat there and actually watched it, other than maybe a few clips or something like that, is seeing, okay, we're way past when the time frames they were predicted in this movie. How far off were they?
Way the fuck off.
Like the flying car still hasn't happened.
Or the skateboard.
Well, they did make a car hover.
That doesn't count.
Down, it's not flying like that, but there is a car that hovers.
Yeah.
You know what I love about movies like this, though, and others that like go into the future, is flying cars is like across the board. Like that has listen, in 2020,
that's like the fucking bar. If you're making a science fiction movie, there's got to be a flying car.
You know, honestly, I think they can do it. They're not, because the car accidents we have on the road, you know how many people are going to be dying when you crash in the air and come flying into houses?
And just think of the dumbass TikTok challenges that they'd be doing then.
Dude, if you can get a giant-ass fucking B-53 fucking military airplane up in the air, you can't get a little fucking Toyota to fly? Get the fuck out of here.
You can, but it's going
to what I'm saying? No, they can. They're not doing it.
It's not safe. It's not smart. It's terrible.
It's a bad idea.
No, but like, even I loved this movie. It was great. Like, I mean, you could argue, of course, about time travel. You can always find your instances to argue about, but even story-wise, it holds up really well. I think.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what's funny is there's really for a movie called Back to the Future, that if you're watching 30 years after it was made and thinking of how bad the special effects are, there's really minimal special effects in this movie to begin with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There is not a lot, other than the fire basically from the tires of the DeLorean.
Yeah.
And a couple other things. It's real minimal special effects, which I think helps keep it, standing up.
Yeah.
So many years later.
Yeah, but I feel like with the 80s, I'll say for myself, but I'm guessing for you guys, I don't even assume I'm guessing for you guys, is we give it that nostalgia factor. So you give it that little pass, like, look, we loved it in the 80s. This is how it was in the 80s. This is how movies looked in the 80s, so we got to give it that pass. They never technology is that third. So you kind of give it that pass versus a movie like now to look like that. You'd be like, yo.
Yeah, your volume went low or something.
Yeah, it did.
All right. It might be the mic if it's not near your mouth or something.
It could be just that.
But you know what? There is a little plot.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I gave it a 7. To be honest with you, there's just a couple little plot holes in there. That
the whole thing is like if you're adult, when you're a kid, this is the coolest shit. You don't notice these plot holes.
Yeah,
The major plot hole is the whole premise of the movie, where Doc was like, "Who did you talk to? Less people to talk to. You don't want to fuck up the timeline." He did so much shit that would have altered the timeline. For one, the ending when he's fucking ripping on the guitar. Creating a new style of music. The skateboard, where he broke the scooter and turned it into a skateboard.
Oh.
He altered.
What's up, Ibrahim?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Oh, look who it is.
I'm here. Just had dinner. So, how's it going? I know you guys were talking about eating turkey. Yeah, I had some leftover turkey. So
yeah, I think everybody did.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me better now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Big fucking turkey I've been working my way through.
Yeah, man. Turkey. I have some duck that I'm eating too. So I have multiple birds that I'm consuming.
That you've killed and
like killed a lot of birds.
It's a buffet of different birds.
There's a bunch of fucking birds. There's a
lot
duck.
Of feathers. A lot of feathers around.
There's a fucking goose. We killed a goose.
Ibrahim, what's your early rating for
Back to the Future?
Back to the Future.
What's my rating for? I think kind of a 9 on it. I think it's good. The first one's really good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a very fun movie, and it's a very well done movie and very well written. But yeah, I know. Before, Chris, you were talking about like there's a lot of incest in this, like flat out. She is so thirsty for his.
She is thirsty for her son's cock.
So, Chris, is this normal in your guys' like growing up in household and shit?
No.
She wanted to pull that. She wanted to pull that McFly down.
She's also really hot.
that is a fly she wanted down.
She's like really hot, and the 1950s version of her is like super hot. They knew what they were doing.
What's the actress's name?
Leah Thompson.
Leah Thompson.
Yeah. She's smoking. She's smoking hot.
Yeah, man, she's really hot. They did a kind of fucked up good job with that. So. I love the whole thing too when she was like, "Oh yeah, his name's Calvin Klein because he works." That
was pretty funny. Yeah, your name's on your underwear, basically.
It's like no, that's a brand. It's like what? What do you?
She fucking stripped him, checking his junk out, checking his underwear out.
She looked in the underwear.
She touched it. She touched it.
Did, probably, yeah.
That's so weird.
She spit on it and rubbed it a little bit.
She may have.
I don't think that happened.
I think she. I think she caressed it against her cheek.
Time travel makes zero sense in this movie. Like, other than like, okay, the way that you go back, all right, that's fine. But like the fact that once you're there, things affect the future slowly. Like he has that picture and he sees his family disappearing. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
I agree with you on that part. I feel like if one kid's going to disappear, why the fuck wouldn't the other two basically be disappearing at the same time?
Yeah.
At the same time. Yeah, exactly. He was the last kid, so he would have disappeared first if they wanted to go in order.
That's one thing. Like his older siblings were disappearing first, and wouldn't it be the other way around because he was born last?
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't,
But it doesn't work for me at the same time.
Whatever.
It's just like, what the fuck? Whatever.
Yeah, don't bother.
This is one of those movies to where it's just fun to go back and watch. It's not something you really, which we're reviewing, of course. So it sounds stupid saying what I'm about to say, but it's not a film you really like give a deep dive on, like to try to make sense of it. You just watch it to fucking literally enjoy it.
But Aaron, you understood it better than the other time travel movie we just watched, right?
Yes.
So that's the thing. Like, it doesn't actually make scientific sense, but at least to the audience, it makes sense. Because like when you get into actual time travel, things get so complicated that people are like, "The fuck."
Nigga.
And they check out, you know.
Shit. Yo, the movie premiere that we watched earlier.
Was it Primer?
Primer. For the cinematic canon. That time travel, like, I have to go back and watch that movie. Both the films that we reviewed earlier, because I have no idea what the fuck went on. I'm just like, what? Like, me and Ibrahim were having a great deep conversation about it. And for someone that didn't know what the fuck was going on, I was explaining the movies well, but I was still confused. Like, at the same, it was, go check it out.
Yeah, when, like, actual time travel, depending on like how the mechanism works, can be extremely complicated and confused. Like Tenet, I don't know if you guys have seen Tenet.
Nope.
But that movie basically explains time travel in a way where everything happens simultaneously because there's one timeline. And so then, like, if you go back in the past, that always was going to happen. So your past is your future and your present. And so it's just like it becomes very confusing for the audience.
Wow.
But at least with this, it's like, okay, it's dumb, it doesn't make sense, but it's simple and people can get it because people don't really care.
It's crazy the cult following that this movie developed. It really is. I don't know. I feel like it is. Like, we're talking about it now, the nostalgia factor really plays a huge role in watching this movie.
Huge role into it.
And I also mentioned there's minimal special effects, like real minimal for a movie about time travel, which I think has helped it hold up. And from what I was reading, so this movie came out in '85, but they originally had the idea for it in the '80s. In 1980. They started working. Zemeckis, who directed this, came up with the idea in the '80s. This movie was passed on over like 40 times, and now it's gone on to be one of the biggest existing movies ever made. It's like one of the top sci-fi movies ever made.
Yes. And adults still love this thing. They, I don't know if it was Mythbusters, but they're using this movie to see if they can create shit from the movie.
Pop culture phenomenon.
Like the hoverboard in part 2, I think it was. No. Where the skateboard was a hoverboard.
Is part 2 the hoverboard?
I don't know, or part 3 maybe. I don't remember. No, part 3 is back way in the Western, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the West.
Yeah, so part 2 was the hoverboard. Skateboard.
Okay, real quick. So, or no, never mind. All right. But, damn, the hoverboard is part 2. I was thinking about that when I was watching this.
I forgot. You know what? I forgot all about that until you just said it.
Yeah, because part 1 is they're back down in the 50s or wherever it was. There's no hoverboard. Part 2 is when they go to the future. That's why at the end Doc comes back and goes, "Marty, get the fuck in the car.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta go.
Your kids are assholes. We have to.
Yeah, your kids are assholes.
The kids suck."
Did you guys ever see, like, there's this really great joke that they did of the ending of this movie for Family Guy?
No,
you guys haven't seen it?
I'm sure I've seen it.
It's super fucked up. So Doc comes, he's like, "Marty, we gotta go to the future. Your kid's married a black guy." And they're like, "Well, that's like, we're like okay with that." He's like, I remember
okay.
That.
Never mind then.
Yeah, never.
Okay, I remember that.
I remember that.
That shit was hella fucked up.
But it was funny. Like, really quick, cancel culture, grow up.
Oh shit!
Because when it comes to shit like that and it's funny, it's fucking funny. I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah.
Family Guy also had a joke about the scene where Marvin Berry calls Chuck Berry. He's like, "You know that new sound you've been looking for?" I forgot how it plays out in the Family Guy episode, but I know they've done that joke.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they go everywhere.
They have a lot of Back to the Future references. Like the ridiculous amount of pop culture references to the Back to the Future is insane.
Just the references they have for pop culture in general. You're just like, oh shit, no, they didn't.
Let me ask you this. Now, having watched this and knowing about the phenomenon it's become, can you imagine it not being Michael J. Fox? Because he wasn't the original Marty.
You mean Eric Schultz?
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been as funny.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been as funny. He was a way more serious actor.
I can't imagine.
It would have been, I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
Marty McFly. That's fucking Marty
Like
McFly.
they refilmed stuff with Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, they refilmed like half the movie. So there's a Eric Schultz version of this movie out there somewhere.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, we'll never get to see it. What was he in? Like he was in one of those John Hughes movies, 16
Eric
Counts or some shit like that.
I don't know what he was in. But it was like after principal photography began, they're like, this isn't the right dude. They're like, this guy can't do it. Like they wanted Michael J. Fox, but he was filming Family Ties at the time, so basically they didn't know if he could do it. But clearly they saw what Stoltz was doing and did not care for it.
Yeah. This guy sucks.
Yeah, this shit happens all the time. I mean, in The Lord of the Rings, Viggo Mortensen was not the first Aragorn. They had some other guy, Stuart Townsend, and they had to get rid of him. So that's really devastating too. When you're like the guy who loses. I mean, there was actually another Daenerys Targaryen. There was a different person who played Daenerys. It wasn't.
Yeah.
They did a whole pilot with someone else, and then they were like, "Fuck, this sucks. We got to get rid of like half the cast and shoot it over." Man, I can't imagine like being the person who was like cast in the role that became iconic, and you got fired because you sucked.
Well, and so in a financial perspective, at least with Back to the Future, because I'm sure it probably costs more with those other things these days. They lost. It was a $4 million hit to recast Marty McFly with Michael J. Fox and refilm those scenes at the time, which is fucking chump change compared to the effect and the results of having this movie today. But still, you're talking in 1985, $4 million.
They made the right call, though.
They did. I was about to say that's one of those things.
That's like that would be like the budget of a movie back then.
Yeah,
like a whole movie.
How much you said was it, Chris?
Oh my God!
There was a $4 million. They spent $4 million, an extra $4 million to recast. And throw out a bunch of film, basically.
So one of the movies that Ibrahim and I reviewed earlier, 7,000, right?
Yeah, $7,000 budget for that movie.
$7,000 budget.
God damn.
That's it.
There he is. Yeah, you're fired.
That's where you're gonna fire that.
Very interesting. I mean, he still looks Marty McFly.
Yeah, I think the problem was like he just didn't play the comedy very well.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
No, he looks like
he wasn't as comedic.
I definitely.
He looks like he would sleep with his mom.
That's why. He does.
He looks. There's a version where Marty is into the incest.
You know what?
This guy's too smooth. He's like, yeah, fuck it.
She looks good.
It's like she ain't gonna remember.
Yeah, she's like,
another.
I can be my own daddy.
That's like, damn. I took
or like Futurama, where he's his own grandfather.
Oh, there was no question she wasn't a virgin when Marty's like, why don't we park here? And she's like, you've never parked before? I know what that means.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was not her first rodeo.
That's
another thing. He got her to stop drinking. He's like, you shouldn't drink.
Huh.
So he fucked that timeline up multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He fucking plastic that shit.
Yeah.
I lost count. So many times. So I was like, God damn, dude.
And see, Ibrahim, like our conversation earlier, this is the pure way of fucking up the timeline. Like you're really not trying to do anything bad.
Yeah.
Versus the movie earlier where it was like the complete opposite, the bad way of fucking up the timeline.
You're just trying to save your
deliberately.
Life. You're just doing shit.
Like he's not even trying to fuck the timeline up at all. No. Nor is he trying to be greedy or anything like that. He's just trying to get back.
He's trying to fix the main timeline part, but he's fucking up little things on the way.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
And
so there is a ridiculous amount of trivia to this movie out there. I couldn't even go through all of it as I was trying to put together.
But Chris,
one thing. Go
ahead.
One thing I can really appreciate, so the rights of this film still and the sequels are still owned by Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, who wrote, directed, did everything for these movies. And at least back in 2015, they did an interview where they basically said no reboot or of any kind will ever fucking happen as long as they're alive, and it shouldn't.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there've been a lot of people who have been basically saying that there should be a Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland version of this movie.
What?
I've been seeing that a lot. People started deep faking them into the movie. It's very cringy. But
that's the problem with remakes. People want to see everything remade now, and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up.
No. The movie sucked. The movie sucked, and they're like, you know what? I think I can fix this one. But if the movie's great, leave it alone.
Listen, I don't mind Tom Holland, but what the fuck is he doing playing Nathan Drake?
That's Sony. Sony was like, oh, just do this. We'll have him age into the role. They
wanted a young Nathan Drake. I'm gonna reserve judgment until I see it. I like him enough to give it a chance.
That movie does not look good. Like I saw the trailer, I was like, ooh, this is not gonna be good. This is not gonna be good. Like that's all.
I'm reserving judgment until I see it. I am fucking pumped up for the new Spider-Man, but that's a different story.
That shit looks fucking awesome.
I don't know. Yeah. So
hold on, I got more comments before you spin
spin wheels.
Oh,
Wheel.
So, okay, here's a fun one. So, in 2010, during a cast reunion, Michael J. Fox said that strangers still call him McFly when he's out in public, which I don't think is any surprise whatsoever.
Not at all.
He says the craziest time he's ever been called by McFly.
Fucking.
He was no. So he was in the South Asian country of Bhutan, located somewhere in China, between China and India, basically climbing the Himalaya mountains. He's like, he came across a group of Buddhist monks. One of them passed him, looked at him, and called him Marty McFly.
Nice. What the fuck?
Buddhist monks in China, in India.
know
of this movie.
McFly. Yep.
That's hilarious. Uh-oh, Chris.
The pod's mom is here.
How's it going, Mom?
Oh, the pod.
Oh, hello, Susan. How are you?
Uh-oh, Chris.
We got
Uh-oh.
the
First time.
recipes.
Come on, Super Lopez.
Good evening, Mama.
Blood in, blood out. Let's watch a 3-hour.
Oh my God!
I didn't send our movies in for this yet.
No, but we got enough. I guess he's spinning it. I think.
Yeah, I'm spinning it.
There's some interesting stuff.
By the way, Marty McFly's original last name was McDermott.
Oh, I'm so glad they didn't go with that. Marty McDermott. That sounds too serious. Doesn't sound fun at all.
That was the Schultz version. He was called
Also,
McDermott.
Johnny Depp
Figures.
auditioned for the role,
Douchebag.
and they did not remember his audition at all.
Oh.
It's a no good.
Is it Coco?
What we got here?
Are we watching a fucking cartoon?
I had no idea what was
It's
that.
gonna be the other one.
What is that?
I have no clue what this is.
Spare parts.
Spare parts?
Is that a war movie?
Is this in like an 80s movie?
I have no
Looks
idea.
like it.
Okay.
That sounds familiar only because I watched the Goldbergs a lot.
Spare parts.
It's a George Lopez movie.
Oh, I think he's serious. I think my wife picked this movie. It's a serious one.
Excuse me.
All right.
Chris, we know you know this whole wheel like the back of your hand, so don't brag to us.
No, really, I don't.
Oh, you know what's funny? Leah Thompson, who was, of course, Marty's mom, was only cast because she acted opposite Eric Stoltz in a movie called The Wildlife the year before.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then he got fired.
Yep.
Fools Rush. I think
Fools
my wife
Rush
picked this
In.
movie too.
This one I've seen.
Oh, is that
Matthew Perry and Selma Hayek,
Oh, she probably
Okay.
smells so good.
who was smoking hot the day she was born at this point. Jesus, I think she's been the same age for 30 years.
I just saw Grown Ups the other day.
Grown Ups is pretty funny, man.
Yeah, Grown Ups is pretty funny.
Grown Ups, that's a solid movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's a fun, just if you come across it, leave on in the background movie.
yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Oh no, I actually watched it.
But you can put it on at any point and just watch the rest of it and just kind of have a light smile on your face. I'm like, this is kind of funny.
Yep. For sure.
Christopher Lloyd is fucking insane, by the way. I'm confident about it. It just
Well, he
from
is
his
now,
look
that's for sure.
To his mentality,
I like him.
I love him.
he's insane in a good way.
You need the way he acts. You need that type of fucking far out,
Like a real crazy scientist personality.
Yeah, like even him for the camp counselor. You know what I mean? The actor there, the bum there. It's like this guy's just awesome.
Yeah.
He's a nut. He's willing to do anything. He doesn't mind. He's just gonna take it to a place. I love it.
The guy has either two options: either be really cool, really nice, and really good at something, or a pedophile. That was like his only two options. And he
Wow, dude.
Wow. Because they're so friendly.
So, okay, here's the other big casting thing I found. So the producer, Neil Canton, wanted John Lithgow to play that role.
Really?
Yep. He's another one
because he worked with him and Lloyd on a previous movie the year before called Buckaroo Banzai or something like that. But Lithgow was not available, so they gave the role to Christopher Lloyd.
Ooh. Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know, man. I like John Lithgow.
I do too, but I don't see him doing it.
But this movie's become so iconic, you can't possibly imagine other people in these roles.
They would have fired him with Schultz.
That to me, that says a lot about a film, though. Like when you're just like, I can't picture anybody else doing these roles but these people. That says a lot about the actors because there's Chris's favorite actor, Vin Diesel. Like every role he's in, you're like, yo, you can put anybody in this fucking role. You can put fucking whoever, literally whoever. Sarah Jessica Parker, you could throw her in all of his roles, and it'll be better.
No,
the kid from the Sex and the City movie, whose fault it was, Ibrahim loves her. I don't know.
It was not her fault. She was a
it was her fault. It was totally her fault. It's totally her fault. You take that kid out of the equation, and that wedding.
No, you have some responsible adults paying attention to what a child's fucking doing instead of playing lipstick, hopscotch, and all that other bullshit. Talking about pillows and shit.
Oh my God!
Should have been watching your child.
Yeah. But listen, but the kid did what the kid did and took the phone. And if she had the phone, she could have resolved the problem.
But the only way to resolve this is to watch
she doesn't know any better.
Talk about that.
She's 3.
Yeah, that's a plan. We have that plan sometime.
we gotta do a special on the Sex and the City sequel.
We do. We're going to because we keep going back to this. I don't know how many episodes. It has to be at least 15 episodes. We keep going back to Sex and the City. And what's funny, guys, I've been going back listening to the Popcorn Pints podcast. The episode of mine is actually the Sex and the City episode. It's so fucking funny. Yo, so we were doing that movie and we'll get back to this in a minute, people. And that Nicolas Cage bullshit. City of Angels. We spent about a half hour on City of Angels and the other 2 hours was just fucking talking Sex and the City, debating Sex and the City. Like, as much as each of us didn't really care for that film, we went real
strong
deep
opinions.
We had
we could do an episode watch by watch and see where it goes.
I would love to.
Just gave me a chill down my spine.
You know what we should do? I want to see what you guys think of this. If it's on like one of the platforms that we can watch, I'll do like a Discord thing. Send you guys the Discord link. Share my screen. Have it on mute. We'll do like a commentary thing for that episode. Just one movie though, instead of 2. I think it'll be a nice gift for the people.
A gift for the people.
Yeah, we gotta give back. We're all about giving back. It would be fun and it'd be funny. Oh man, Sex in the fucking City though. That shit was so ridiculous. Fucking lipstick.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely her fault. It was definitely the little girl's fault.
It was Carrie's fault.
Yep.
And it was the adults.
It's gonna be on Ibrahim's grave at this
watching
point.
Yeah, I'll just say it was the little girl's fault.
It was her fault.
100%.
You can't. I will say this: she's not faultless, but she's not 100% at fault. She's like the least at fault.
The maid of honor.
She's
her job to take care of this shit.
Yeah, whoever was watching the child, like you watch the child. Like the maid of honor is supposed to be the one.
Somebody could have just slapped Vig across the face and said, "Get in there," and
yeah, I know that's true.
Could have saved us an hour and a half.
I mean, they could have just had this shit done if they just went to the court like they originally planned.
Yeah, I know, really.
And listen to everybody
Which
else.
Is Carrie.
But at the same time, guys, if some designer came up to you and was like, "Listen, I want to pay for everything about your wedding."
We are way off track.
Yeah,
we are. We got to go back. We're going to go back to this movie because there's more to talk about. When we talk about part 2, we'll figure something out. But we're going to do this again because the people want it. And we're going to get a Spanish opinion next time. You know how they are.
The Spaniards.
We'll get a Spanish opinion.
So, let's dive into our final ratings of Back to the Future, and we can jump into Wayne's World.
I stick with my 9. It's
Same.
an awesome movie. It holds up.
Yes.
It's a fun watch. You can pick it up at any point and just enjoy it.
Yep.
I don't know. I think what's great about it is they don't overplay it. as unbelievable as some aspects can be, they're not going over the top with anything. So yeah, it holds up, man. It's a fucking cool movie.
Yeah, talking about it made me smile again, so I'm going up to the 8.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sticking with a 9. I like it.
I'm sticking with a 9 too.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my 9 as well. I fucking love this movie, and it just brings me back to the times of just fucking watching it as a kid, like eating some whatever spaghetti or some bullshit, and just enjoying the movie. Like it's just as enjoyable as when I was a child, maybe even a little bit more, because again, you get the sexual innuendos, you get all the adult jokes, you understand them, so you can laugh more. You can actually laugh because you think it's funny, not laugh because the adults are laughing because you're older.
That's the one thing I did not remember is how hard she wanted her son's cock.
Yo.
That was the majority of the movie after he was in the 50s. Like, she was trying hard to unzip that fly.
Non-stop.
This feels like a family reunion for you guys, huh, Chris and James?
Nah.
No?
Our family tree isn't straight up. It's circular, yes. Like I said, this movie's basically Insidious, but with time travel.
That's true. That would have been a good plot twist for this, where it's like the dad is not actually the dad. Like they got married and she's already pregnant.
Daddy brother.
Oh,
brother daddy.
Damn.
Brother daddy.
That would be fucked
crazy.
up.
Or actually, yeah, the fucked up version is like he doesn't know that it's his mom, and so he just like fucks her.
If you're in a position
it's
where
like, yeah, I'll just fuck her,
yeah,
and then like he figured, oh, that was my mom, and then she does the fucking shotgun wedding with the other guy. Like, oh yeah, I fucked him, but she actually fucked her son.
If you're giving yourself a Father's Day card, something went wrong.
But yeah, that's actually even worse because then you're your own father.
Yeah.
Like that's how
you are literally your own fault.
Yeah.
You are your own mistake. Yep.
You're giving yourself a Father's Day card. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's even worse than your brother or father. That's a real grandfather paradox, right there.
Watch Aaron's face after I said that. It was cracking me up.
Breathe sturdy. You're good. You're good. Oh, guys, I have an announcement. So my awesome wife gave me my Christmas gift early because it came today. She got me a fucking Nintendo Switch. I was just like, holy shit. Fucking downloaded Mario Kart already. And then I signed up for that expansion shit.
Yeah, man.
Did you?
I've been using mine nonstop since my PS5's in Texas getting fixed.
That's what was taking me so long to get on here, because usually I'm on here at like 8 o'clock to do an intro with Chris, Puerto Rican Chris, but I was playing it. My wife was like, you better hurry up for your show. I was like, I got time, don't worry. I was like, I'm fighting Bald Bull right now. I was like, win, lose, or draw. After this fight, I'm going up there. So after that fight, I went and started checking out another game.
Oh, Jesus.
I was just like locked into it. But Back to the Future, it's that nostalgia shit. I was playing those games. It was drawing me in. See how I brought it back to the films? But now let's dive into Wayne's World. Early ratings.
9.
Party time.
9?
9. I'm straight up 9s this episode. I fucking love Wayne's World.
James?
This is tough for me because I think I liked it more when I first seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still good. I'm going to say I'm toggling between 7 and an 8, so I'll say 7.5 for now.
Okay. Ibrahim?
I'll give it like a 6. It's okay. This is not my favorite SNL sketch becomes a movie.
Oh,
Okay.
It's not mine either. No.
But it's okay. I mean, this is like Dana Carvey before he went off a cliff at some point in the 90s.
Yeah, he did.
He really, what did he do that movie? No, actually, it was the 2000s. He did that movie. What was it the? Remember, it was like a spy
turtle?
movie.
Was he
No,
a
he did
turtle?
one. It was like a spy movie where he was
Yeah,
like,
but he dressed up like undercover as a turtle. Undercover
dude,
something.
Yeah.
So that movie's fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. But yeah, so this is him like when he's not a disaster. So
he was like turtle.
it was all right. Yeah. Like the fuck?
Like
The Master of Disguise or something like that?
yeah, maybe
Something
it's
like
that. Yeah, something like that.
It was a piece of shit movie. So yeah, I'd give this movie a 6.
Puerto Rican Chris?
I was sitting here chuckling because it's 8.
All right.
And Chocolate Town Sturdy, I'm giving this one a 10. I found this shit.
Wow! Holy shit!
What?
So you know what? I said in our group text, you couldn't stop fucking sending voice memos as you were watching this movie.
Yes.
I'm like, he's got to enjoy this.
I was high as fuck.
Well, there you go.
My fucking chocolate ass off, yo. It was just that fucking fun.
I'm like, I did not predict a 10,
shocked.
but I knew you were gonna like it, but I was not predicting a 10.
I'm gonna be listen. Look here, people. Focus on me. This shit just worked so well. The weed definitely fucking helped. But this shit just worked so fucking well for me. Like, I was nonstop laughing at this silly, stupid, corny, cheesy, early 90s, late 80s humor. But I understood it. And I was just like, oh my goodness, this is so funny. And it made me think of the podcast that we all do. Because I'm like, it's basically what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're just fucking
It's
talking
public
shit.
access show. Yeah.
This is our public access show. These are one of our public access. This is one of our public access shows. And it made me enjoy the film even more. And that's why I gave it a 10. Like, it was just funny. It was fun.
I would never guess this.
If basically, like, if we were quote unquote podcasting back then and trying to get it out to people, that's how we would be doing it. Like, that's how we would be doing it right there. Just all of us sitting.
What was his rating of the Naked Gun? It was like that was a negative, right?
Yeah, he hated it.
I hated it.
I was not expecting a 10.
You give the Naked Gun like a -2, but you give this a 10. That's great.
You know what's
I gave the Naked Gun a 2.
Okay.
So
Not negative,
I started watching Wayne's World. Literally, it had to be like 10 minutes or so after you started because you sent your voice message in the group text, and I remember responding. I'm about to start it now. I'm like, I can't get through this fucking movie because Aaron keeps sending messages. I'm like, I gotta keep pausing the fucking movie to hear what Aaron is saying.
Oh,
I couldn't help it, yo.
They break the fourth wall and shit. Well, they're acting like they're being recorded though by camera, like they're falling around. Like,
okay, we touched on this being basically a spin-off movie of all the SNL sketches that have happened. One of the many movies that have come from that. This is the only Saturday Night Live spin-off movie, Saturday Night Live from 1975 on, that has movie to date, including the Blues Brothers, that has grossed over $100 million.
The Blues Brothers is better, but yeah.
This has basically been the most successful spin-off movie from a Saturday Night Live sketch.
They've done some fucking terrible ones though. They did what was that? Night at the Roxbury? Like the fuck?
Yeah.
No, but think about it. With the actors involved, you say that now that is kind of mind-boggling. Yeah. Especially when you mention the Blues Brothers.
They've done a lot of bad movies though. I don't know why, but they always choose like it's not like they did an Eddie Murphy skit movie or something.
No, they did not. That I'm sure would have.
That would have been good.
Yeah, they did Superstar.
Superstar. Yep.
That was kind of stupid.
But just with the names involved of spin-off movies from SNL sketches, you would have. It's kind of surprising that this is still the movie that's made the most money in that category.
I'm telling you, man, there's some really fucking bad ones, dude. There's so many, the vast majority of them. I don't know how the fuck they made these movies. They're terrible. There's
also, one Corky Romano or something like that.
Yeah, it's like they're fucking terrible. It's like.
Also, not surprisingly, Mike Myers was difficult to work with. Dana Carvey was the bigger star of these two when this movie was being made, and Mike Myers wanted to be the focus. So
it is called Wayne's World.
Yeah. There's a reason why this motherfucker only does voice acting now.
Mm-hmm.
I heard
put his ass in a booth.
I'll tell you what, he's fucking amazing. He's an amazing voice actor. I'll give him credit for that. Austin Powers movie, they fucking suck.
How much money has he made?
They're
on
okay.
Shrek,
I'm not a huge fan of Austin Powers, but I laughed at some stuff. Some stuff is funny.
How much Shrek money does he have?
He's got a lot.
Oh, he got a lot of Shrek money.
Because they keep making those fucking movies. I think they finally stopped. They started doing Puss in Boots instead, but they still making those fucking movies.
Shrek and Austin Powers is his main bank account.
Shrek I enjoy. Shrek hilarious. Austin Powers,
Shrek is funny.
Fucking We'll talk about
okay.
The first Austin Powers was great. It was too much with the sequels.
Yeah.
The one with Fox and Cleopatra was bad. That one was fucking bad.
That was Beyonce?
Yeah, it was Beyonce.
Well, we all know she can't act. People, I say.
No, she can't. No.
She can't write a song either.
She fucking ruined that Lion King remake, which was already a bad idea. Then they cast her ass, and then
I never seen it. It's a musical. I can't do it,
dude. It's
I don't do musicals.
Well, it's also talking cats and singing cats.
Oh God.
See, I like the Lion King though. You know,
release the asshole version. That's
yeah. There's one.
There is an asshole version of cats.
I wish that was one that we reviewed.
I wish that was.
I would have been laughing every time they showed the fucking butthole or something. I'm like,
every time they turn around.
It would make the movie better though.
Nah, not really. That movie sucks so much.
The director of this movie told Entertainment Weekly at one point that Myers was basically emotional needy and got more difficult as the shoot went along. You can hear him bitching when she was trying to do the Bohemian Rhapsody scene, which is clearly the most iconic scene from this movie.
Yep.
Saying he couldn't move his neck like that anymore. Why do we have to do so many times? No one's going to laugh at it, basically.
And people fucking
found and that's the most iconic scene in the movie.
Yeah,
people found it hysterical. And my wife was telling me that, like, when she first watched this movie, that's what made her go listen to Bohemian Rhapsody, because they were listening to it in the song and singing it.
Me too, man. That's probably the first time I heard the fucking song. This movie came out in 1992.
It could have been same thing.
So I was 9 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe 10. That's the first time I would have heard that song.
Same here. I think so too. For me, yeah. But that is an iconic thing. I remember it all the times that.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Freddie Mercury basically saw this movie on his deathbed and loved it.
That's awesome. Wow. That's awesome.
Because that was around, like, he got an advanced copy of the movie.
Nice.
And Mike Myers was dead set on using Bohemian Rhapsody. I had a note here with the studio one. Yeah, here it is. So while filming that scene, Mike Myers and Dana Carvey. Oh wait, no, they developed severe neck pain because of all the headbanging. So there's scenes that they film later on in the movie where it becomes. They say it's clearly apparent that they wanted to move their head as little as possible. But what the fuck? They wanted to use the studio wanted a Guns N' Roses track instead.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Because the clubs they're going, they're more like heavy music. But that's what threw it up. That's what made it iconic, because it started off. It was like the part.
Where it's like don't play Led Zeppelin
music part.
Yeah, or even when they pick up their drunk friend and he's literally saying, "Let me go."
Yeah,
like let him out of the car.
Like he's about to puke.
Yeah, and then they just joins in. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It fits so great.
A lot of stupidity in here, like when he sees the girls, like shwing.
Dude, even right from the beginning where they're doing the haircut thing and Garth is getting the suck it haircut, and he's like, "It's sucking my will to live." Just fucking start dying.
Yeah. Same, like I said, same here with me. This is definitely a good Caucasian comedy right here. This is fun.
I'm still blown away by Aaron's rating. I am after all the horrible white comedy movies we've watched.
Yeah, what was the other one that he hated?
Oh God.
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted, yeah. That's hella funny that you hate Bill and Ted, but you like this movie.
Yeah.
It just worked better for this movie with this. I know it was similar comedy, but it just worked better.
Ironically, Bill and Ted is they're a ripoff of Bill and Ted, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what it is? It's like the fucking Scream and Scary Movie effect.
Just means they did it better.
It was trash to me.
Oh, you like Scary Movie, but you hate Scream.
Yeah,
I'm the same way. I like the comedy version better than the.
Yep.
I like the Ed O'Neill cameo because I watched Married with Children.
Yes, me too. I love Married with Children. It's one of my favorite shows.
Manager, I thought was funny.
Yeah,
one of
my favorite shows. Is that the dude from Married? Oh shit, it is.
Yeah, it's Al Bundy.
Yes, sir.
It's fucking Al Bundy.
I love crazy ex-girlfriend Stacy.
Oh yeah.
Especially when she's riding the bike and then just hits the car and flips over.
Mm-hmm.
First, she already fucked her neck up and falling through the window.
I did say some stuff about that. See, I called her a bitch or something for hitting that blue Camaro. I was pissed.
Yeah.
And how smoking hot is Cassandra? Seriously.
How smoking hot was that red car? Seriously.
Not as much as Cassandra in her red lingerie at the end.
Listen, potato. We can beg to differ. We can agree to disagree.
Aaron's going to end up on that show where he marries a car and he's like licking a muffler.
Oh, guys, when we watch Titan,
okay, banning a gas tank.
When we watch Titan, we'll talk about car fucking and car impregnating.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, my love for vehicles is not that far.
Aaron didn't put salt in the gas tank. He put it semen.
No, I'm not. Listen, I love cars, but not that much.
Wow.
Oh, don't worry. That movie will make you want to fuck a car. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Right up Aaron's alley.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is some muscle cars, you know?
What are they on the strokeability scale?
Strokeability. That was funny.
When they're talking about Claudia Schiffer.
It's a strokeability.
The Garth character, I love Garth more than any other character in this movie. Like, he has some of the best scenes, in my opinion, where he comes back into the club at the beginning with his electroshock belt.
Yeah, he's like the one. He's like, he don't want to fight. He's like, he knows he can't win that battle, so he goes, "Okay, I'll be back."
He's basically fucking secretly insane.
Yeah,
and it's hilarious.
He made a high-powered taser. Basically, that's what it was—a belt.
What they didn't do in the movie, but there's the one scene where Rob Lowe comes in and Garth is he's wearing that helmet. He's like building a robot. The robot he's building. In like early versions of the story, he was building to kill Rob Lowe's character.
Wow.
He's
just taking a hammer to the hand.
That's fucking awesome.
Rob Lowe looks the same.
He's looked the same for 50 years.
He's kind of annoying at the same time. Like, his acting. Like, I don't mind him and shit. But then again, he's also annoying because it's like almost the same character. It's like that health.
I still love him, man. Like, I was a huge Parks and Rec fan. And
Me too. That's where mainly I know. Yeah, Parks and Rec was great.
This movie basically, he not long before this movie came out, he had that like sex tape scandal.
Oh, really? I never heard of that.
Yeah, where he was on tape banning an underage girl or something like that.
That's I wrote that. Oh,
so this movie basically rekindled his career.
He's in the R. Kelly club.
Yep.
He got away with that shit?
He basically got away with it.
Damn. Well, the thing is too, it's sort of like the reason why R. Kelly got away with it the first time. You pay some people off, and then when it's at the trial, you say, "Oh, that wasn't me. Like, that was someone else. Yeah. I didn't fuck Rob Lowe for $10,000."
You had to talk. You just play Shaggy.
Yeah, all you have to do is quote a Shaggy song.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Some people.
Oh shit, that's funny too because that shit works.
And if there's one thing I've learned from
that's what he did. That's what R. Kelly did.
If there's one thing I've learned from watching movies and TVs, it's never just sign a fucking contract that's given to you right away.
Yeah, no. But they hit it like, "Do you have a lawyer?" He was like, "Do I have a lawyer?" He was like, "No." So they ignored it. Like, you definitely need but yeah, the stupidity, you take advantage. And you're like, "What?" At $5,000, they're like, "Oh, $5,000 check." And they're like, "What?" And they
it's 1992. I mean,
just signed the contract.
So he was 24 and the girl was 16.
Okay, damn. Yeah, she was definitely underage. Let's say someone showed up and offered us all a $5,000 check each to just take rights of our podcast here. Okay.
we'll just make a new one.
Exactly. Oh, thank you. Goodbye.
All I do is drink and watch movies. You want to pay me to do that? Sure. You can put in whatever ads you want.
No, you could buy some ad space if you want, but you can't own it.
Well,
if you want some,
our format, basically you could. Like, because we're just a bunch of group of friends just doing a podcast, drinking, and like we said, reviewing. We really don't have a structure. We don't have segments.
We don't need no damn structure.
We don't. But if someone bought it, that's what they will do. They'll try to make it more professional.
Look, you could buy this.
Yeah.
So
on the Rob Lowe thing, real quick on the Rob Lowe thing. So like he had sex with this girl in Atlanta, in Georgia. Guess what the age of consent in Georgia was?
Was it 15?
Is this how he got away with it?
Lower.
14?
No, you're lying. No
14.
way.
The age of consent was 14, so it was legal.
That's the South.
Jesus Christ. Christ.
The age of consent was 14, and this was in 1988.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It didn't get changed again until 1995 when they raised it to 16. So it was totally legal what he did.
Yep.
Totally legal.
Older than that. 16 is still way too damn young.
They're still in the Little House on the Prairie times.
Yeah.
So like once you like become like you'll be a good wife, you get your period, you're good to go.
Yeah. So he basically got away with it.
Wow.
Totally scot-free. Didn't even have any kind of, he didn't have an R. Kelly situation.
The South is basically, if there's grass on the field, go ahead and play situations.
Yeah, Jesus, man.
Oh my God. That's insane. That's really. Could you imagine? So that means he could have had sex with a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
He probably did.
And it would have been
I'm sure this is not his first.
I'm sorry, it would have. Yeah. Well, he's Rob fucking Lowe, He was
and
living
he
it
looks
up.
the same now as he did then. That's the crazy fucking thing.
He's an alien or something.
Him and Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
well, Paul Rudd looks better.
Yeah, no, Paul Rudd does look better. He looks better than he did 30 years ago.
Yeah, 100%. Like when he was what was that movie he was in? He was in some
Clueless.
He was also in one of the Michael Myers movies. He was in some.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, he was.
He played Tommy Doyle, I think, right? In one of them.
Myers.
Yeah,
Curse of Michael Myers.
Curse of Michael Myers. Yeah, he looks way better than he did then.
Tommy Doyle.
Yeah, he played Tommy Doyle in one of those fucking movies. He looks way better now than he does then.
Oh,
honestly. And he's 50.
Going back to Wayne's World, I did find one continuity issue I noticed. So there's a scene where Wayne and Cassandra are driving to the music shop right before he buys that guitar.
Yeah.
She asked him about the CD player they have in the car. Wayne says something about using the money they just got to have that in there. And she like lifts her leg up a little bit. You can see her leg, the skin of her knee and her lower leg, like she's wearing shorts or a skirt or something like that. And then the next scene is them in the store and she's wearing pants.
No.
The fuck?
I don't know why. I picked up on that like immediately. I'm like,
they said that's like in every movie. Like if you pay attention, you'll see like a Starbucks cup. You'll see a guy in the back with jeans. Like
probably just because she's hot and I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I noticed skin, and that's where I focus.
You're like, wait.
I'm like, wait, why the fuck is she wearing pants?
Okay, I got a question for all you guys. You're young, horny stage, and I know a couple friends who told me they did this. When you're watching TV and it's showing like the bot, like girl going up where it's getting close to like the skirt, did you ever pause it and run up to the TV and see if you can look under?
I think that's only a James thing.
No, I got a couple of friends. They said they did that. I was like, dude, what are you talking about? I was like, you can't go on the.
Can't look up the TV.
Yeah, I know that makes no sense.
I wouldn't put it past myself, but I don't know if I've ever done that. So I'll say I
don't know. I remember trying to watch Scrambled Bikini Car Wash.
Oh my god,
that's everybody.
Or Scrambled Corn. Yeah.
When I was like 10.
You get a nipple here and there. You watch it on mute, and then your
Skinamax.
Your flashback channels like Nickelodeon or fucking Cartoon Network, just in case someone
change the channel up and down real fast, try to get it to catch the waves fast enough.
Yeah. And usually that's the trigger because you're going at it to scramble, but then you actually see a full nipple. That's when it's done.
Done.
Like
when it's done, or you're done.
You're done. Like, oh, thank you.
If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
Man.
No.
Yep.
Everybody had the fucking.
One of my favorites.
Got these TikToks and all this other shit. It's just like porn everywhere.
Yeah. It's too easy now to watch it. It's not.
It is
too
easy.
Exhilarating. It's not. It's you don't get like built up. Well, I mean, you get.
Oh, get out of here! And you know you still do.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
I will say one of my favorite scenes of Wayne's World is where he's interviewing Noah from Noah's Arcades, and he wrote shit on the back of the interview cards.
Oh yes.
I was fucking dying. This like man has no penis.
The whole booth up there was dying laughing.
Especially when Garth was laughing. That's what
that was fucking up fantastic.
But that's his show. That's what I'm saying. It's like whatever he did would make it funny. He didn't want to interview this guy. He was like, let me make it funny because it's boring. No one gives a shit what he says.
The Terminator joke. What about the Terminator joke when he gets pulled over?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, whatever.
Robert Patrick.
Yeah, that was funny.
There was something I saw. I don't know if I wrote it down.
I like the multiple alternate endings that they put all at the end.
Those were fun. There was as I was looking up trivia and shit, like they filmed that Terminator joke, and Mike Myers didn't initially want it in the movie because he didn't think people were gonna fucking laugh at it, and it turned out to he was blown away by the response to that joke.
He's been paid. It's a good thing that there's a few choices that they didn't let him make because
I know, really, it sounds like it.
He needs to go pay attention to what people like. They like movie references,
or just stick to what he's paid to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Stick to it. This is not. You're not. Just stick to your shit. Yeah.
Oh, here's a fun little fact. So Tia Carrere, however you say her last name.
Yeah. Cassandra. Yeah.
Cassandra turned down a part on Baywatch to star in this movie.
Nice.
Did she end up going to Baywatch after?
No,
I don't think
because
so.
she looks really familiar after Wayne's World. I thought I seen her or something.
I thought she had her own show, like she was an adventurer or a hunter, or like.
I'd have to look it up. I know I've seen her in at least a few other things, but I don't know
me too.
what.
I thought I seen her in Baywatch at one point. I could be wrong. I used to watch Baywatch back in the day.
Oh,
I don't know why, because I tried to watch an episode. I tried to watch it now. I'm like, why did I watch this shit?
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Movies bouncing boobies.
Same reason why we all watch it, because we were young perverts.
That must be it, because the storylines are so stupid. Like, no lifeguards in the world are this busy.
No.
Like they have like all these crises, like fucking
every single day.
People are dying. People are like
like a gun.
There's like
shootout
criminal overlords and shit. Yeah,
like what
cheating on each other on the beach.
And then the scene with Wayne and Garth talking on the hood of their car was the last scene filmed. Since everyone was just fucking tired and exhausted and wanted the movie to be done, they just ad-libbed all of it.
I could see it. I don't remember the conversation, but I could see it.
Like I think they filmed this movie in like 39 days or something like that. It was like extremely short and just long ass days.
About a month and a half, ish.
What was the average back then? I know it's longer now because they put so much in it. It's like you could be in a different country for like 6 months to a fucking year making.
Well, some of these movies, what's crazy is like, first off, now the movies are way bigger. Yeah. So like, for instance, the new Doctor Strange, they're doing reshoots. So this is additional shooting.
They're doing like 8 weeks.
They're doing 6 weeks, 6 days a week.
Yeah.
God damn.
That's the reshoot. They've already shot for 3 months or 4 months or some shit.
And they'll still make all that money back, and then some, of course.
Oh yeah, Marvel.
I want to give the new Spider-Man movie my money right now. I'm ready to go see that, and I would be the same for Doctor Strange.
Yep, for real.
Doctor Strange, you're a doctor, and you're strange.
Doctor Strange is one of those fucking movies. Like if people who take acid. You watched. First time I seen that. That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, "Yo, if someone was on acid watching this, where all the rooms and the shit were moving."
Yeah.
Yo, you be tripping.
When the ancient one like kind of basically does a mind fuck on him.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Oh, let me show you what the possibilities are," and he's flying around. He's seeing the multiverse. He's seeing all this shit, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, get the fuck out of here. We're not gonna teach you anything."
Hey, James, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that just because, again, going to the movies that me and Ibrahim reviewed earlier, Coherence and Primer. If somebody was tripping watching those two films, wow.
You might get scared. You might scare yourself.
They were a main mind. They were awesome, though, but they were just like a mind fuck. Like, I got to watch them again.
I got to watch them.
You might think, like, your doppelganger is going to come after you.
Yeah. If that's the case, Henry, you better be careful because you look like a lot of motherfucking people. Too many people.
I also appreciated the Chris Farley cameo.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, those are always good. Fucking security guard.
R.I.P. baby.
And it's the same thing. He does everything. He got that hand movements. He's like, you go here. He's like fucking yells and
movements. He was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
He didn't live longer.
Yeah.
Drugs, man.
Drugs.
The coke, right?
Yeah, mainly.
All kinds of drugs. I don't think it was just the coke.
How the fuck is he dead, but Ari Lang is alive? How the fuck does that happen?
Well, Ari Lang almost died like multiple times.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Like, have you seen him? His nose is flat because it's so fucked up.
Yeah.
From sniff.
So he did a lot of cocaine.
He's actually sober now for a while now, I guess.
Yeah.
You ever hear that story where he like? I don't even remember the skit. They did the skit where they put him in a pig suit, and he said that like they had a break over shooting, and then he went in the pig outfit and got cocaine, and then was snorting it in his car. She's driving his car, and the pig sculpt on his face, and he's fucking doing lines of cocaine, and he looked over, and some guy is watching this guy in a pig fucking outfit snorting cocaine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo, if that would have happened nowadays, that would have been on YouTube right fucking now. And I would have
And yeah, he would have been fired. But it's good that it wasn't. But like, yeah, some guy was like, oh yeah, I saw that. I saw Ernie Lang fucking do a line of coke in a pig.
Just as a pig parked in a stoplight.
Yeah, stopped at a smart.
That's some wild shit, man.
But also like come on, what's crazy too is like, so there was a drug dealer near wherever he was shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So this is somewhere in LA.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker drove there in a pig outfit. Dude didn't say shit, just gave him the fucking drugs. Did not say a goddamn word. He's like, give me 200 and he'll give you a fucking 8-ball.
Like, yo, this dude just smoked. He ran out. He needs more. Just move on. It's like, this dude's high already.
Yeah, it could have been that. It could have been. They could have seen, because of the drug deals. They could have seen something even crazier than that. That could have been like normal. Like, okay, this guy's, crackheads come on there with all
Especially in Hollywood, they're like, God damn, these fucking celebrities.
Crackheads, cokeheads.
I was gonna say,
It's probably like Burbank or some shit. Yeah.
Maybe he could have thought he was about to get robbed and popped them. Who would have known? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true too.
That actually would be a really good disguise, right? Because like you have a full scope on your face. Like, how the fuck? Like, yeah, I got robbed by some dude who looked like a fucking pig.
I gotta hit the bathroom quick. I've been drinking since I don't even know when.
All day.
So I gotta start getting those adult diapers, Chris. You can just piss on yourself.
I thought about that, but like I said, I've lost the smell of asparagus when I go to pee now, so I've lost count of how many beers I've had.
Diapers.
A lot.
Or a bucket under the table.
Killing me.
Oh, man.
Killing me. But Wayne's World was fucking awesome, man. I love the whole beginning
It's
scene.
fun. I don't remember part 2. I've seen it. I just don't remember it.
See, watching this made me want to watch part 2. Same with Back to the Future.
I think part 2 wasn't as good.
I don't know.
I can't remember. I'll have to watch it again. It's been
I want to watch these part 2, part 3. I know it's not as good.
I may end up regretting it, but it's one of those things like, okay, I just gotta see. Like, I regretted watching, I'll take regret back, but watching Beverly Hills Cop 2 and 3. Wasn't really a fan. They were okay.
What? Part 3 was awesome.
Awesome, exactly.
How many are there? Are there 4?
3.
I don't remember if there's a 4.
Because they're doing another one. They're going to do another one.
Nice.
I hope they don't fuck it up.
I think it's going to be on Netflix. Yeah.
I don't know.
Axel Foley at a desk job.
Axel Foley's older.
Yeah. They're doing.
He's a security guard now. He's trying to help out the police force because he saw crime go down.
He's retired or something.
I feel like I randomly fucking saw that movie. I just remember like so that the third one is the one where it's like at an amusement park, right?
Yeah.
I remember seeing it. And Wonderland or something. George Lucas is in the movie for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He like gets cut in line. Like Axel Foley cuts him in line. He's like, hey, what the fuck? And then like I just remember like at the end they're just beating the shit out of each other. They're like in some fucking like on a ride. And Axel Foley's fighting some white dude, and the dude's like bashing his head into the fucking right. It's like what the.
It was ridiculous.
I liked it. No, I liked it.
Like I said, those 2 and 3 were like okay for me. Part 1 was amazing though. Part 1 was so great.
Yeah, part 1's really good. It's really, really good.
But the next 2, I was just like, I wish you didn't do that. You didn't have to do that.
I mean, 80s Eddie Murphy, like. Was there anything that dude couldn't do? He had a hit song.
He did.
He was in a bunch of really good movies, and he was like,
the comedian of all at the time.
They were currently working on a Beverly Hills Cop 4.
They are, yeah. I think it's gonna be on Netflix.
Interesting.
He was friends with Rick James, bitch.
And Charlie Murphy.
And Charlie Murphy.
Brother Darkness. The Brothers Darkness.
Fuck your couch.
Oh gosh, Dave Chappelle.
They should have never given you black motherfuckers money.
Never gave you money. We're going off the rails, people. Can't help ourselves.
I gotta watch those skits. That shit's funny.
They're ridiculously funny. I mean, what's funny too, the Prince one's even better. Like that Prince skit about gang blouses.
They served us some pancakes.
Oh, shit, man. This was funny.
So Sturdy gave that shit a 10.
I know. I'm still shocked.
I'm shocked. I am shocked. Aaron, what are your specifically favorite parts before we wrap that up?
Oh, fuck. I don't remember. I was just having such a great time with the movie, like watching it the whole time. In the group chat, which I rarely do when I'm watching a movie, I just kept saying shit from the film.
You were like, I couldn't get through the movie because my phone kept dinging. Like, Aaron's got another fucking comment.
I couldn't help it, yo.
He did the cockability. What is it? The strokeability thing.
Strokeability scale.
He complained about the car. Every chick he's seen, he was like, "Yo, this hot girl right here," or whatever.
I haven't seen a movie capture his attention like that.
Yeah,
he had a comment on everything as he watched it.
You know, I would have never said this high. I would have said like a 5, the highest.
I would have guessed. I was guessing like 6 or 7.
Okay. I appreciate that though, gentlemen, and fairly so, because a lot of that Caucasian stuff I haven't found funny at all.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But
like
this
Naked Gun, like the jokes in that.
That
was constant,
fun.
and they're like
what it was like it was. This movie to me was just like the type of jokes they were telling. It just fit with this film perfectly. The look they went for, like everything for me, just fit with it very, very fucking well. I know it wasn't a perfect film, not even close to a perfect film, but everything just fit with it very well. And then I just imagined us doing a podcast back in the 80s. Basically, it would be all of us hanging out in Chris's basement and just fucking talking movies like we're doing now and just talking shit on the fucking the TV. That's all it would be. Less
public
swearing, probably, because public access television, maybe less swearing. But
they should bring it back, man. Did we get that?
Bro, when we watched that shit the last week, that black dude,
the preacher,
that was public access. He's calling like biatch, like he didn't give a shit.
That's true.
It's still out there in some towns.
We got to get on. Get us on public access television as well, people. Please.
We're gonna be. You actually got to pay and go to the studio to do that.
Ah, fuck that. We can do it from right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Record it, stream it, figure it out.
This is a lot better.
Easier. We don't gotta waste anybody's time and money. Just pay us. That's it.
It's free. I don't think they pay you.
Listen, that's fine.
They do not. You pay them to get airtime.
No. Fuck that. You pay us, or we get on free.
And then we have stuff, that people.
Because you get us on public access, we're gonna be the most entertaining people. Because it's gonna be a bunch of freaking drunks and high people watching us late at night. Boom.
Yeah.
I remember that. Usually it was some boring stuff.
Or a bored kid.
People doing like Tai Chi and shit.
No, James, you're right. It varies. It depends on how late it was. Like around 11, 12 o'clock, you're still doing some funny shit. But when it gets to like 2, 3 in the morning, that's when you're getting the dumbass infomercials, selling water bottles and shit. And then you get
Cleo.
Then you either get the snow,
you
get the different the rainbow screen with.
Hey, that was like alarm clock for me. Yeah. I knew what woke up. I knew what time it was to turn my TV off, and I know how many more hours I had before I had to wake up for school.
Even like on the weekends and shit, like that shit would either one of those, either the snow sound or the high pitch sound, scare the fuck out of me because I'm always knocked out. The fuck, and you turn your TV off, and every night, and I'm like, yo, because when that scares me, you wake up. I'm like, okay, tonight I'm gonna turn my timer on for like 2 hours, so when I fall asleep, the TV's gonna turn off automatically. I forget every fucking time, and you only gotta do it once.
Yeah.
There is a scene in Wayne's World where Garth has a dog. His dog comes walking in, and they have the same haircut. That cracked me up.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean with that, like just little shit like that, like little tiny shit like that. Just it was funny to me. It's crazy. It just worked. It was corny, funny, but it was still funny. I gotta give it to the whites on this one. Yeah, I'm proud of you guys for this film.
On behalf of all whites, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh man,
this is a great performance by you guys. Seriously, it was fun.
We put a lot of thought into it.
I wish we would have in some other films, but I'm past
that. There's a lot of them, man. I can't track them all.
I know.
What'd you get, Bill and Ted? Like, was that the negative too?
Oh, he hated that one.
Bill and Ted was a negative too. I couldn't fucking stand
it. What'd you give Malibu's Most Wanted?
Oh God,
that shouldn't be in a fucking category. Yeah,
we haven't done that, but I did. You know what I did do? And I know it's not on the wheel. I watched the.
He needs to burn in fire redder than his hair.
I watched The Mask Part 2.
What? Watch what?
The Mask Part 2.
Oh, that's one of the worst movies ever of all time.
Tell you guys,
all time.
It wasn't Blood Lake, but I believe
that is legit visual torture.
But it was bad. Like it was fucking. I wanted to punch Jamie Kennedy right in his fucking face.
It is legitimately one of the absolute worst movies.
I hope he dies a horrible death because of that movie.
That movie was fucking horrible.
It really sucks too, because like The Mask is like a good idea. Yeah. Like they could be making more, but he killed it. He literally killed The Mask.
Fucked it up.
He killed it.
Well, we're in the time of reboots.
Yeah, why not reboot that? Or bring fucking Jim Carrey back. Bring him back.
Reboot it and make it a horror movie. Make it dark.
There's the occasional rumor that there's going to be another Mask movie with Jim Carrey, but it never happens.
Come on, Jim.
Yeah, do it.
Please. Do it for us. We love you, Jim.
Is there anyone else that could do that? Is there anyone else who could do it other than him?
Like Jim Carrey, though?
That's still living? No. Not the way I can think of.
They're all dead. All the people who can do it are dead.
Because Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, oh my God, yeah, that would be interesting. That would be fucking crazy.
I want Aaron. I want to hear I want you to watch Robin Williams' stand-up special on HBO.
Yeah.
Is that Galifianakis? No.
And just hear your reaction to it because it would be fucking hilarious.
No.
Okay. I'll do it.
If I can find it, I will send you.
No. Seth, no.
Okay.
So you gotta find someone animated like he was.
Yeah,
You know what they would do? They would grab Kevin Hart.
Right.
You're probably right. You're probably right. Yeah. If Kevin Hart wanted to do it, I think that would make it happen.
If they were gonna make, if they wanted to do a black
version. Call the miniature mask.
Let's just go with that really quick. The villain, The Rock. It's because they're so close in friendship.
Okay, I actually kind of want to see that movie. I actually kind of want to see that movie right now. If it's the Rock and Kevin Hart, and it's the Mask reboot, and Kevin Hart.
One of the jokes is he'll be trying to make himself taller than the Rock.
Yeah,
I'm tall.
I'm in too. I'll throw my. I'm in too. Fuck it. Why not? Let's somebody make that happen. The Rock and Kevin Hart in the.
Yeah. That could be really funny, actually.
That could be fucking hilarious.
Okay, but who's the love interest? Who's the girl?
Does she have to be funny?
No. Like Cameron Diaz was the love interest in the first one.
That was
she's not funny at all.
Like her first full-length acting movie. That was her first acting role, I think.
Who would you choose, Ibrahim?
I don't know. Like, you want someone soon. So basically, we need like a really hot, but up and coming chick.
Yeah, it'd be someone young. Newer.
Yeah, someone really new. Ariana Grande. No.
I think she gave up back.
Would that be a Gal Valdette thing, or would that be
I don't know the names of a lot of hot up and coming actresses.
Me either.
She might be too famous to do it.
It could also be a comeback. Maybe fucking what's her face, Megan Fox.
No, she'd have to be I think she'd have to be pretty young.
Well, that's true.
Megan Fox, that's an interesting one, yeah.
Kevin Hart, Megan Fox.
The Rock.
What
Tiffany
the fuck are we painting here? We're all fired.
Yeah, I know.
We're making a movie. We're creating a movie here.
It would have to be Tiffany Haddish or someone like that because you gotta have somebody with like a fiery, funny attitude.
I mean, Cameron Diaz didn't have a lot of lines.
Honestly. Yeah.
True.
It would be some like really, really like hot up and coming black chick, basically. That's the ideal person.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know that person's name, but that person's out there. She's out there somewhere. We got to get her in this movie.
Zendaya, whoever her face is.
Zendaya?
It would be Zendaya, yeah. That's kind of like the on the nose kind of thing to do. Although, that's kind of creepy, right? How old is she and how old is he?
I think she's in her 20s.
40, 42.
I mean, she's basically married to Tom Holland.
Yeah. I mean, the on the nose thing would to be her. But
she'd be better playing his daughter than his wife.
Yeah.
Well, it's the love interest. We don't know. Maybe it's
they're not married. It'll be a love. The hot chick that they meet.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Ooh, who are you?" When he puts the mask on, he's like, "Ooh, gotta follow her."
Yeah.
around.
Aruga.
At the same time, though, if you flip flop that, I feel like with those two actors, if you flip flop it to where The Rock's a hero and Kevin Hart's the villain, it would still be funny as fuck. It would be
where The Rock is the fucking mask.
The Rock would be too big, man.
But
I know, dude.
You can't buy The Rock as a nerd. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true. Because that's what it is. It's usually the outcast, like the guy that no one pays attention to. And it's the personality switch is when you put the mask on.
And after watching Red Notice the other week, I am confident it's written into The Rock's contract where he can't have a ridiculous...
Oh my God, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he can't have a ridiculous... He has
as the mask?
Yeah.
The Rock has to have some kind of ridiculously large leap of some kind in the movie.
He's got to jump
over
something.
Physically defy gravity. You have to defy gravity to make this jump.
Well, with the mask powers, he can easily do that in that movie.
He could jump like a whole fucking city.
Yeah, I know.
He could do whatever he wants. Yeah, either Kevin Hart or like Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, that would work.
Ryan Reynolds would be interesting as a mask character.
If it was The Rock, Ryan
Reynolds would be great.
He's the same fucking character in everything I see him in, and I still love it.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, this gives him even more room to be an asshole and do some crazy shit. So
actually, especially if they rated R.
They probably wouldn't, but like he could probably get really close.
Yeah,
you know?
He would have to
get really edgy.
Of the mask movie, you have to make it.
I want to know the Disney jokes they have to cut out of anything he's written so far since Disney.
Dude,
I think that they're gonna have they're gonna create some kind of offshoot where it's like 20th Century Pictures, and that's how they'll distribute it. Like they'll finance it, but it's gonna be rated R. But it's gonna be the real problem is like, is this part of the MCU or not?
It's supposed to be. Deadpool is supposed to be part of the MCU. Or something.
I think he's supposed to introduce the X-Men. He's supposed to bring the X-Men into the.
My favorite, the greatest theory I've heard. So is it Endgame where they pick up Fat Thor? And he's living with the Rock guy and the other guy there. They're playing video games.
Oh yeah.
And he puts on the headphones to yell at like New Master 69 or something like that. The best theory I've heard that cracks me up is that New Master 69 is supposed to be Deadpool.
Yeah, that's Deadpool.
That would be fucking hysterical. I can't think of a better way to introduce him than that.
Yeah, like it's a flashback. he's like playing.
He's gaming.
Yeah, and then like you just hear Thor yelling at him.
That would be fucking awesome. Funny. That is the best idea I've ever heard.
No, to me, the real problem, because like it'll be rated R. They'll make it rated R.
I mean, even Kevin Feige said any Deadpool movie is going to be an R rated.
The question is like, is it going to be part of the MCU, and how's it going to work? What does that mean with all the shit in the past?
Yeah.
Is this a reboot? Is it like
the thing is, he went back and changed the timelines.
He did. He changed the Fox timeline.
That's true.
I think they're basically. My opinion is they'll ignore all of that. I think Deadpool gets introduced in credit scenes, shit like that, before he has his own movie, and it's R-rated, and he's just part of the universe.
He could be a multiverse of madness. He could just show up.
Yeah, he could just randomly show up.
That's true.
And I can't wait.
It'll be awesome.
Can't wait for it.
There's a lot of things they could do, but yeah, I mean, it'll be fine. It should be rated R, and they're just going to be like 20th Century Studios instead of Disney.
Yeah, they're not opposed to rating it R, which is the most important thing.
Because they still have Fox Searchlight.
Yeah.
Or Searchlight, whatever the fuck they call that shit now. And so they can just put that under that banner and have it be rated R. But the real question is like, what does it happen after that? Like, it's not going to be on Disney Plus. Is the problem? It'll have to be on Hulu, I guess, something like that.
Well, the other two are on Hulu right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So if it's on Hulu,
they were on Netflix.
Disney's just gonna fucking buy whatever they have to distribute it at this point.
Yeah, of course. They got the money.
Yeah, it's just, but that kind of sucks because then that's another thing you'd have to like see all of the stuff, all the content. Then you need another. So now instead of just having Disney Plus, you also have to get Hulu because now they're like basically segregating it because it's rated R content.
Yeah.
And so then what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen with like Logan and some of the other R-rated shit that they have? Are they just gonna split them up between?
Logan's on Hulu. I saw that.
So they already did it. They already separating them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney.
Because I know some of them were on HBO Max. I was looking on HBO. I was like, what the fuck? There's like Predator and there's like fucking like the Alien movies. It's like, how the fuck did they end up on HBO Max? It's crazy.
Money. It's like, okay, let me throw a couple movies over here. HBO Max.
I mean, Disney's goal is to own everything anyway. So
that's true. Their main goal: take over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse with a Hitler stash.
Yeah, one Mickey at a time. Give me your money, bitch!
This motherfucker.
That's what he says. That's what he says.
The logo is just Mickey fucking money, and from behind somehow.
Motherfucker!
And that's his new catchphrase. Motherfucker!
Yeah.
Did they have what anime show was the Mickey in it where he was like ruthless? Was it
South Park?
South Park, thank you. Yeah. Mickey Mouse is fucked up.
Yeah.
Dude, the funniest thing I saw, they did this skit where so it was like basically Pluto calls Mickey about the incident where Paul Pierce was smoking weed on Instagram. And so the guy calls Mickey, he's like, Mickey, you gotta check out Instagram. And he fucking like Mickey's like, what the fuck? And then it's like Mickey's calling like the president of ESPN. He's like, I want Paul Pierce fired today. This is like this cannot happen.
That's fucking.
He's fucking gone.
You know what
that shit was so funny.
That's hilarious. But you know what that reminds me of, which was also funny, is when Christian Bale that went off. And Family Guy. They put Peter.
Oh yeah, on the Terminator movie.
They did one with Peter saying what he said.
But he
no, they legit just. I forgot what the setup was, but they legit just played the recording of going off on set.
I'll play it. When we get off air, I'll play it.
That's hilarious.
They played the audio recording of him.
That's legitimately one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Like when that shit got leaked, that was unbelievably funny.
Wow.
And it spawned a million memes too. Like it was so funny.
Oh boy.
I guess we should wrap this up.
Should we wrap this one up?
We can.
I'm sticking with my 9 for Wayne's World. 9s all around on this.
I'm gonna move it to an 8.
Great movies. Great pair.
Yeah, these were great ones.
Even Aaron liked them.
Yeah.
Are we going? Are we when we leave? Are we going to do that?
Fish face. Fish face. We all learned something.
But let's pull up our our
plugs.
There you go. That's the word.
Yep.
So
I already forgot what we're doing next week, but I'm not excited.
Horror Haven.
Yeah.
Check it out, people. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, including Facebook and YouTube. Go check that out. Horror Gamer. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that shit. Go follow him. Go check it out. It's amazing, dope content. Dreams of Creator, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, at Dreams of Creator. Amazing content. Go check that shit out. Dreams, get some more shit out ASAP. Hurry up.
And I'm the worst. Ooh, is my mic? Yeah, it is on. Sorry. Hot moment. And I'm the worst damn gamer ever. Catch me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. Usually stream on Friday, Saturday nights, but it's a holiday weekend, and I am dead tired, so I'm not doing that tonight. You can also check out Any Last Words on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. If you're into the dark, if you're into cooking, if you're into reviews, if you're into just having a good time, go check out Joe on Any Last Words. And also, So Good It's Scary. If you have your own independent project, if it's a movie that's 30 minutes or less, short film, you want us to review it, we can do it with our boys over at Sturdy Show. And where can they find you, sir?
1 second, it got a little frozen screen, but over at Horror Research 30, Tuesday and Thursday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, people. And it's Tuesday and Thursday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. When this fucking frozen bullshit goes down, I will pull the screen up so you can see what the hell I'm.
You've ruined the whole podcast.
Listen, Chris.
Yeah.
My blackness does not accept that. So, again, live shows Tuesdays and Thursday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Horror Research 30. Make sure you tune in. Live shows, Popcorn and Pints, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Saturday nights, every Saturday night, you're going to catch us doing 2 films. So make sure you tune in every Saturday to see these lovely faces, reviewing some movies for you. And then when you're done with that, you check out Stories from a Bar, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Where else, Aaron? Where else? YouTube and anywhere you can listen to podcasts. You can check out Stories from a Bar. Not only can you, but should you, is a requirement. And then go check out Deep Focus Cinema. This motherfucker just did a movie review this morning, like 7 o'clock in the morning, California time. Did another show with me at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Is on this show right now. Deep Focus Cinema. This movie man loves cinema. This gentleman loves cinema. So go check out Deep Focus Cinema, Facebook, YouTube, and American Listen Podcast. And also check out the Cinematic Canon, Facebook and YouTube and all that good shit.
So next week we're doing Old Boy and The Handmaiden.
Yes, yes.
So I know James and Aaron have not seen Old Boy. You probably have not seen The Handmaiden.
Both of those sound familiar.
Nope.
So yeah, Old Boy. Very excited to see your reaction to Old Boy.
It's an action movie, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's the way I would put it is like it's a thriller that's very violent.
Okay.
It's very violent. Like they don't hold back.
Phrase that like you're gonna be disappointed.
Well, it's not. We watch some action movies. Like we watched fucking The Raid
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like, it's not The Raid. It's not The Raid.
1 and 2 are the best action films I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Yeah.
Better than Die Hard and all that other shit.
Girls are here.
Huh?
The girls pulled up.
Girls, did
I was waiting for that spin.
Damn.
Yeah, we got it
Going
earlier
crazy, though.
on the Cinematic Canon as well.
Yeah, they keep spamming us. But yeah, I wouldn't. It's not The Raid, and it's not like fucking Hard Boiled. It's not that shit.
But it's violent. It's like dark
It's
and
violent.
violent.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Naked
And they don't-
HD. You've got my attention.
Shwing!
But I guess we're gonna swing on out of here and go do some other silly shit.
Yep.
So, thanks
Peace.
for popping by, and peace.
Little girl's fault. Fuck that little girl.
It's not the little girl's fault.
She fucked up everything. It's the little girl's fault.
You don't blame a child for adult situations, Ibrahim. You just
Well, she took the phone, bro.